question is flow geometrically, limit extending to 0, sin x divided by x value is equal to 1. Since it's a geometrical flow, we need to flow this by using diagrams only. So first draw the diagram. First consider one circle and take center as O and mark the radius OA, and let's assume that radius of this circle is equal to R. And in the next step, draw one perpendicular like this, perpendicular to OA, then join O to A. In this diagram, you can observe the line will cut the circle at the point C. Okay, mark this point as C, then join C to A. Okay, draw a straight line which joins C to A, and also from C draw one perpendicular, name it as D. Then you can observe here two radii are there, one is OA, another one is OC. Let us assume that angle between these two radii is equal to x. This will be the construction for the flow. Next, write what we draw here. First write, consider a circle with radius r. That is, what are the radius here? OA value is equal to OC value is equal to r. Okay. Next step, write the constructions. Draw AB perpendicular to OA, and also another perpendicular is CD, which is perpendicular to OA. Full stop. Next we are join A to C. Join A to C. Very important thing here we need to mention is here angle AOC is equal to x radians. This is not degree, this is radian, because we are measuring that angle x inside the circle. So it is a radian measurement. So this is nothing but the angle bounded by the two radii of the circle. Next step, see, in this diagram clearly you can observe three geometrical structures. One is the triangle. Here see, I will mark this triangle. That is triangle OAC. This is one geometrical structure. Another geometrical structure that includes the two radii of the circle as well as this part. Okay, so if you draw like this, see this part, this much part. Okay, another one is the big triangle, that is OAB, right? If you redraw that one, see, you get the big triangle, that is OAB. In this diagram we can say that first triangle lies inside a geometrical structure like this. See, here O to C is there, here to O to A is there. Two radii and arc of the circle, this structure we called it as the sector. Another one is the right angle triangle OAB. Since the triangle OAC lies inside the circle, I can write it as area of the triangle OAC is strictly less than area of the sector OAC. Okay, and also we can observe that this sector, this much part is there, right, here to here. This sector lies inside the right angle triangle OAB. So area of the sector also less than area of the triangle OAB. Next, find the area of the corresponding triangles. First, say area of the triangle OAC is half into base of OAC. Here see OAC is there, right? Base is OA into height, that is CD, which is less than area of the sector OAC. Area of the sector formula is half into R square into X. This formula you need to remember. area of the sector equal to half into radius square into angle bounded by the radii, and which is less than area of the triangle OAB is nothing but half into base value is OA into height value is AB. Here see 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2 get cancelled. Then OA, O to A, that is nothing but radius of the circle, and we are taking radius equal to R. So here I can substitute R into CD, which is less than R square into X, which is less than OA value. Again I can substitute it as R into AB. In this case, see 1 R, here 1 R get cancels, here also 1 R get cancels. So the remaining thing is here, see CD, which is less than Rx, because R square is there, right? We dividing by only 1 R, so Rx is remaining, which is less than AB value, and take this as equation 1. Next step, we need to calculate CD value as well as AB value. So to calculate CD value, first consider the triangle, that is right angle triangle ODC. Okay, why we are taking that right angle triangle only? Because in that triangle only we can find, see in this triangle only we can find CD, right? So from this triangle, see I need to calculate a CD value. In this diagram, we know only one value, that is OC value. This value we know. OC is nothing but radius, that is R. And CD I need to calculate. So I need to find one trigonometric function that is related by the opposite side as well as the hypotenuse side. Then we know that is sin x, we can define it as opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. So apply that formula. So here we'll get it as, see, from the triangle ODC, sin x is equal to opposite side, that is CD value divided by the hypotenuse value OC. If you cross multiply, you will get CD is equal to OC into sin x. This implies CD is equal to OC, O to C, see, center to any point on the circle. That is nothing but, see, here we wrote, right, radius. So I can substitute it as R into sin x. So we got CD value. Similarly, I need to calculate AB value. See, to calculate AB value, I need to take the triangle OAB. In that triangle also, see, if you observe clearly, we need to calculate AB, this length I need to calculate, and in this triangle I know only OA value, right? AB I need to calculate, and we know only OA. O to C value we know, but O to B value we don't know. So I need to take only two sides, that is AB and OA. So this is opposite side, this is the adjacent side. The trigonometric function related by that two sides are nothing but tan x. We can define it as opposite side divided by the adjacent side, right? So I can write it as, from triangle, or consider triangle, consider the triangle OAB. In this triangle, tan x value is nothing but opposite side, that is AB, divided by the adjacent side value OA. This implies cross multiply AB equal to OA into tan theta. This implies AB is equal to OA value, see, center to any point on the circle, that is radius. We written right here, see, OA value is R into tan x. So we have here AB value as well as the CD value, substituting in equation 1. Substituting the values in equation 1, see, CD value is nothing but R sin x, which is less than Rx, which is less than AB value. AB is nothing but R into tan x. In the next step, see here r and r get cancels. So I can take it as sin x less than x less than tan x is nothing but sin x divided by the cos x. Next step is dividing this 2 out by sin x. Because see derivation sin x by x is there. Here only x is there. In the middle I need to get by sin x. Then later we can take reciprocal, right? So what I am doing, I am dividing this equation throughout by sin x. So that we will get, see, sin x divided by sin x less than x by sin x less than sin x by cos x is there into 1 by sin x, right? So I can write it as into sin x. So sin x by sin x value is equal to 1, which is less than x by sin x, which is less than, here see sin x get cancels. I can write it as 1 by cos x. Next step is the very important step, that is taking reciprocal. Taking reciprocal. So 1 by 1, that is 1. See, property of linear inequality. If you take the reciprocal of any of the inequality, sign of the inequality change. Less than will become greater than. So I can write it as 1 greater than. Take the reciprocal of x by sin x. That will be sin x divided by x greater than, that will become less than. So here less than will become greater than 1 by cos x, reciprocal will be cos x. Or we can rewrite it as, because see a is greater than b is equivalent to b is less than a, right? So I can write it as, see, sin x by x greater than cos x, we can write it as cos x which is less than sin x divided by x. 1 greater than sin x by x, I can write it as sin x by x less than 1. Next step is taking the limits. So I can write it as, see, in the question they are given, right, limit extending to 0. So take that limit. Limit extending to 0 cos x less than limit extending to 0 sin x divided by x less than limit x tending to 0, 1. So substitute the limit values. In place of x, here I need to take a 0. This will become cos 0 less than, this will be remain same, limit extending to 0 sin x divided by x, and see limit of a constant, limit extending to any value of the constant, it's equal to constant, because see here no x to substitute a value, right? So constant will remain same. So this value equal to, I can write it as less than 1. Cos 0 value, cos 0 we know it's equal to 1. And see, one more important observation is here, after applying limit, take slack inequality. Okay, strict inequality, we can take it as the slack inequality. So cos 0 value is 1, which is less than or equal to limit extending to 0 sin x divided by x less than or equal to 1. In this case, see, the sin x by x, limit of the function sin x by x is bounded between 1 and 1, right? See, left hand side 1 is there, right hand side 1 is there. In this case, we can say that this implies limit extending to 0 sin x divided by x value is equal to 1. We called it as sandwich theorem, because see this function is sandwiched between the value 1 and 1. This is also limit of the function, this is also limit of the another function, right? Constant function, this is cos function. And what is our observation? The middle function value of the middle function, that means the limit of the middle function also bounded between the other two functions, right? So here also value 1, here also value 1. So we can say that middle function, limit of the middle function also tending to 1. So I can write it as limit extending to 0 sin x by x equal to 1. This is the required derivation.